Now, if you haven't heard, alongside my normal content, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of MazdaSpeed content every week, so bang that bell icon so you get notified when it comes out. Not just trying to get the clout, but also if I get good growth and likes and all that from this MazdaSpeed stuff, I'll continue doing it. What are we going to go over in this video? We're going to do an overview of it, then a review that covers everything every other review does, only in like 2 minutes or so. Then we're going to go into a buying guide, what MazdaSpeed should I buy, and common problems to look for, then a mod guide, how to get to this much horsepower, and just some good mods. Let's get it. Welcome back. We are going to be talking about the Gen 1 and Gen 2 in this video because they are very, very similar. Let's start with an overview. So both these cars are powered by a 2.3 litre direct injected turbo 4-cylinder that is actually basically the start of the Mark III Focus RS engine. They put up 263 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque through the front wheels, though it does have a limited slip diff. But yes, torque set is a problem. The first gen weighs about 1420 kg, a bit under, and the second gen weighs quite a bit more at about a bit below 1500 kilos. So this means that the first gen goes from 0 to 100 in 5.8 seconds, the second gen is about 0.2 seconds slower. So now let's get into the complete concise review that only takes 2 minutes. First of all, the power for the time was insane, especially on the Gen 1. It was basically the powerfulest hatch you could get at the time. The LDS3 had 265 horsepower, 2 more, but it's all-wheel drive. So in reality, to the wheels, the Speed 3 had about, 25 extra wheel horsepower.
Think you're getting in front of me, mate? Don't think so. Bloody hell.
And same for the Gen 2, had a way more power than any of its rivals, the Golf GTI 220 and Focus ST 255. They both have an LSD, which is so good. Next up, the driving dynamics of this. It's really raw. There is a lot of good feel through the brakes, the steering, your cake hole. Very good stuff. And the way this thing drives, it is brutal, it is aggressive, it torques, there's power delivery, lots of boost lag, then it comes and it feels really fast. It's just really aggressive. A proper driver's car. Another good thing is it's so tunable. Get about that in the mod guide, like my days, really good. And the interior, the design of the first gen is really good, and the quality of all that for its time was like the best in class. It was really good. The second gen Speed 3 interior to its rivals, it was definitely falling behind with both stereo. Really good. Now let's go into the bad stuff. It's a Mazda, rust is a problem. Also, the power delivery. There is boost lag, which a lot of people actually like it. I like it. I think it gives suspense and drama to it. Then boost comes in, it feels really mad, but I can see how you wouldn't like it. And also, high RPMs, the boost tapers off. That stock KO4 turbo just doesn't like high RPM. The big turbo fixes that, Another thing is, if you don't know how to modify it, these things will blow up. If you don't know how to modify it, they won't blow up. So, and the lack of refinement in these compared to its rivals is quite poor. The Golf GTIs and the Focus STs were way more refined, the LDS3s as well. So that's the review done. Let's go on to a buying guide. One thing I want to say, when you are test driving these MazdaSpeeds, there's a torque limit in first, second and third, so it won't feel as brutal as you think. They can unplug that and all hell breaks loose and it's a complete beast. And also, holding to that steering wheel, torque stand, mad. So, really, you're deciding if you want a Gen 1, which is a more driver's car, it's rawer, it's lighter, it's got the same power. Whereas the Gen 2, it's got more features, some prefer the look, a more modern car, nicer interior for some people, so decide how you want. It's only offered in manual, only offered in hatchback. So then we need to make sure that this MazdaSpeed we're buying is a good car, because that's a good big thing with these MazdaSpeeds. So first of all, we're going to see if it has any mod. If the mods just shouldn't be how they should, then that's bad. If he doesn't have his high pressure fuel pump internals, but he's got, an intercooler, he doesn't know what he's doing and he's about to blow that. However, if he is sort of following the mod guide we're about to do, then that's good. Also, a tune. If it isn't tuned and it's got some parts on it, probably run. If it's just an intake, it's fine. If he's got more than that and no tune, yikes. And if it isn't a pro tune, if it's just an OTS sort of cop tune, yeah, run again. Just so he didn't really know much about the car and how to modify and make it reliable. though if he has a protein, that's good. Also rust, the wheel arches, look at them, that's where it mostly is. The VVTi actuator can fail sometimes, and if there's smoke out the exhaust, like an excessive amount, that could be blown turbo seals. They are quite renowned to happen on these. So now, let's get into the mod guide. Now, we will have a full mod guide coming out at some stage, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, bang the bell icon to get notified when it drops. So let's go. You want about 300 wheel horsepower, a little bit under that. So all you need for that is an intake, a downpipe, high pressure fuel pump internals, and a tune. 3 bolt-ons and a tune, and you're there. That's a lot more power. Now, then we come into the problem with this, which is the stock turbo. It's not the best. So even if you add an intercooler and an exhaust, whatever bolt-ons you want, that stock turbo probably runs out with another extra 10 wheel horsepower. So at about 310, you kind of want to stop pushing that stock turbo. Now, the stock internals, you want to max them out. What do we got to do then? We've got to go a bigger turbo and ox fueling. So that's like meth injection, port injection, so then we can get more petrol into that engine. We're also going to do an intake manifold, an E85 for your direct injection, and that should have you about 400 wheel horsepower. And I have to say this, lots of people say that can't because they're stupid and that they're just not smart. They don't have a good tune like a catch can, a fail safe, colder plugs, you know, like, and all the mods you need, like an intake manifold. You just need them, okay? We'll get more into that in the mod guide, but yeah. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a bunch. And yeah, more MazdaSpeed content coming, and even more if this does well. Thank you so much for watching. If you want, check out my Instagram down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.